fisherman has a line. That's what they call the that's what they call the fishing pole. Hey, throw your line.
Real.
That's the reeler. Throw it in. Our lines went out to the world through the Spirit of the Lord. A lot of people know who we are now. Now you saw ass putting this on the social media. I mean, all on the news. People over there talking shit about us, selling the hell out themselves, man. Not even understanding. But
this is Revelations 2:7. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
You know what? We can drop that point, bro. I don't want that point.
Back in Ezekiel 28:3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
So the Most High increased this guy with all this understanding of how to do this and how to do that technology-wise and create these bombs. And you see that, man? The Lord put the spirit on this Edomite to create bombs. This nigga think he finna use it just to control the world. But now understand that the Most High is having you create that bomb so you can destroy yourself. Man, the Heavenly Father is, man. That's why it's like, man, when you understand what's going on, it's like, damn, the Lord is bad. How the hell could the Heavenly Father be an Edomite, man?
Yeah. Like I brought out last week, how that dude from the Common Sense show, how them scientists didn't care, they blew themselves up.
Yeah.
They were getting the warlock or whatever, the sorcerers, whatever to get the information from them demons.
Yeah.
They would tell them to the scientists, and they would just experiment. Not care if they would blow themselves up. They didn't know when they dropped the bomb how much damage it would do.
Yeah.
That just show you, he might be able to get all this information and became wise, but he didn't know the outcome of it until he actually had a experiment.
He actually fucking dropped it.
Yeah.
Let's go out.
This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth the instruments of his work.
So the Heavenly Father has created that German to have that fucking brain that he has.
Yep.
All right. And showing up at the end of World War II, Operation was a paperclip.
Yeah, paperclip.
Yep, Operation Paperclip. Everybody running to grab them scientists up.
Yep.
Because the Spirit of the Lord was on them scientists to do what they was doing, man.
Yep.
You know? So, the Heavenly Father made this Edomite, he made him more wiser than Daniel. You gave him more. He gave him more. And he gave it to him so he could destroy himself. He could deceive the world according to the Revelations, the 20th chapter. Right? And then he was going to destroy his own self with this very same knowledge, man. Let's read down further, bro.
This is Daniel's 28:4.
Now check this verse out that's coming next. What?
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
What did Esau do with that knowledge, wisdom, understanding the Lord gave his ass? This nigga went and got, what did it say, bro?
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
That nigga done robbed the whole planet Earth, man.
Yep.
That's what he went and did with it. That's what you want to do with it? Why do you think the Lord gonna do? What he gonna do to this guy? You know? Then before they gave you white people the whole planet Earth, and look what you did with it. You messed it all up.
Yep. Drop the ball.
You know, you dropped the ball, you fumbled bad, man. You went beyond. You went so beyond, it's crazy. Animals killing themselves. Fires everywhere. You know? Why is he only putting out certain fires? But the other fires, he let them just burn. Come on, man. Because you the one lighting them.
Yep.
Yeah, because it came out that an Australian firefighter was setting them fires out there in Australia.
I've been listening to, you know, them insider Edomites? The one that be living in the middle of Germany somewhere and they call in on a talk show host.
Yeah.
But they be talking about how they're using laser technology to start them fires.
They're called DEW.
You know?
They did it a couple years ago up in Northern California.
So,
they're called
Directed energy weapons.
direct energy weapons. So, a part of, he uses his knowledge, wisdom, understanding. He has this laser technology stuff. He burns down the forest, and then he brings in his businesses and grabs his riches up like that.
And this is actually, you know what? And this is actually documented when you look at the King Alfred or the Rex 84 plan or Agenda 21 or what they call it nowadays. the sustainable living agenda, where they're going to basically take all the people off of the rural land and make them come into the cities. This is why every city you're in, the traffic has increased. You're getting rural places being burnt down, or the water's being contaminated, or it's getting burnt to the ground, because Esau is making his move. He's bringing everybody into the city so he can control them, man.
That's right. You see that right there? You see that right there, bro? So this Edomite, he took this being wiser than Daniel that the Lord gave him, and he just wreaked havoc.
Yep.
He wreaked havoc. You know? He did it for his own play. He didn't have one thought of the Heavenly Father in his mind. That's what separates it from these other nations. All these other nations, everything they ever accomplished, whether they want a war in the past or now, they don't go and say, throw out of y'all by Shemel Shah. They don't do that.
Nope.
They throw a big ass festival. They pull out their fake gods and they give reverence to their fake gods. That's why the Lord ain't dealing with them nations, man. He ain't dealing with none of them. He ain't dealing with Esau, nobody, man. It's only the nation of Israel that gets something big and they praise the Lord for it. You even see that amongst Jake who don't even know what the truth is. They get their ass on that podium and the first thing they say, I want to thank God for giving this to me. I know without him it's nothing. It's our people, man.
Right.
Okay? We're the ones that reverence the Heavenly Father. Okay? You other nations, you don't do it. And it's nowhere in your history where you did it. Except for what the Lord made you do. Like Cyrus the Great.
Right.
That's about it, man. Other than that, these other nations don't reverence the Lord, bro. Go ahead, Ot.
It says, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
And now, this self-proclaimed white man has all the gold on the planet Earth, man. He got majority of the gold. And it's in bolts. Sitting there collecting dust. You know? He got all this oil. He got all the oil in the United States, all the oil in certain countries around the world, man. You know? This guy right here, he's just the devil, man. Go ahead, Art.
It says, by thy great wisdom, and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches.
And then that traffic is his business. His business. Alright? Let me get the hose back up. Yeah, all these different little businesses, like Skull and Bones, you know what I mean? All this, the World Banking, Central Bank, Federal Reserve Bank. Got all you people, by this traffic, that's how he got riches off of you. Off of your blood, your sweat, and your tears. There's a what you call the 1% living off of you, man. You know? That's how he do it, by business, man. Contracts. Don't sign no contract, god damn it. Shit.
You thought love contract.
He love that's Rumpelstiltskin, bro.
Why? Because he able to not only get the contract, but the language and the writing that he used in those contracts, he's able to get you off of the contract.
That's how he got the whole world, bro, having motherfuckers sign over their land or take out a loan from him. And he knew it was going to be impossible for that land to pay back. So he got him in the contract, got his ass.
Yep. This is Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
And the fatness of the earth is talking about the resources of the earth, starting with things like oil, the oil. He was over right now. The crescent. That's what they're fighting over. Y'all brothers know. Y'all brothers heard of the Fertile Crescent before? The Fertile Crescent. Any of y'all brothers? What about you, bro? The Fertile Crescent is our land. It's basically all our land that goes all the way down to Egypt, and then it springs over to further east, the Levant. And where the Fertile Crescent is, that's where it's most potent on the planet Earth. Right up in here. Yep. Where our land is at, all up in here, all this. It's a little crescent. It goes it starts at the back of Egypt, where the Nile River is. Basically, when you read Genesis, and it talks about those rivers that cut through the Garden of Eden, that's where the Fertile Crescent is. The Euphrates rivers, the Nile River, the Tigris River. Them rivers keep it rich over there.
Yep.
Read it again about he shall have the fatness of the earth.
And thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
Yep.
And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And that's what has happened. Esau has got control over the planet Earth.
Yep.
And he revolted from under our hand because we had Edom in subjection during the time of King David. But he revolted from under our hand during that time. And ever since that motherfucker, every chance he had, he was plotting on us, man. Every chance. The scriptures say that his hatred tear perpetually.
Right.
Meaning it was a continuance, man. And that's why he says, the days of my father morning is at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So this dude been carrying that hatred generationally, on and on and on to where we are at now, man.
And he been slaying us too.
Slaying the hell out of us, man. All right. Rules we are left. Yeah, go back.
Back in Ezekiel 28 and 5, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Yep, it's because of his riches, man.
Pump it up.
You know? He got all these people, because all these different organization groups, these hires, they make sure they all paid, man. Everybody's getting paid. You know? They getting their little slice of the pie, so they keep the organization going. This dude's riches that he got everybody how he got them, man. That's why a lot of these people are promised seats in the New World Order, man. You know? They promised to have a seat in this damn devil's New World Order. You know? Let's go, bro.
Can I get a
Yeah. Anybody's got please.
This is Sirach.
Yeah, I'm gonna start going to the Daniels. I just want to bring this out about his ass first.
Oh no, that's not enough.
Hydra?
Which one?
Gold make a men's feast stand sure.
Oh.
I know Sirach 33 talks about some gold.
I don't want to stop it. We're just gonna keep telling.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back in these.
Hold on. This brother got it.
Okay.
This is James. I'm gonna start at 5 and 1. 5 and 1. Go now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Now the rich man is talking about these higher ups right here.
Yep.
These are the rich men on the planet Earth right now, man. And like I said, through his wisdom, he got his riches.
Yep.
Because the Heavenly Father increased them, though. You know?
Yep.
Let's go on.
You still have more?
I still got
Go ahead.
more. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten.
Because his riches was got unjustly.
Right.
That's why his riches are corrupted.
Yep.
You know? Let's go on. Let me tell you, I know about when you get something unjust, it basically, it ain't for you to keep that.
Nope.
Like for instance, I used to Yaiqua bikes.
Yep.
I used to Yaiqua bikes, the dopest of the bikes, I'll be dipping that motherfucker. 3 weeks later, that motherfucker stole from me. I'm like, fuck! Shit!
Did you know that was?
But I knew it. It got to a pattern like, damn, I got this new bike. I'm like, hell yeah, I spray painted it black. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, my shit gets Yaiqua. I'm like, fuck, man, I can never keep a bike because the way I was getting them.
Yep.
Yeah, what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
That's the same thing with Esau's riches. He ain't gonna be able to keep them that was unjustly gotten.
Yep.
Yep, and then you gotta, what's that thing say? How you gotta, give it up?
It said unjust dealings.
He shall,
Verse 3, your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
So the Most High is finna get this devil.
Yep.
Y'all know what the Lord of Sabaoth is, right? Any brothers know that one? The Lord of Sabaoth? That's something to know because once upon a time, General Yohana was teaching that the Lord of Sabaoth means the Lord of the Sabbath. No, it ain't that.
Two different words.
It's just the Sabaoth goes back to armies. Lord of armies. Yeah. Lord of hosts. Sabaoth. Lord of hosts. Yeah. Let's go.
Sirach 40 and 25. Gold and silver make the foot stand sure, but counsel is esteemed above them both.
See that right there?
This is the point. Riches and strength lift up the heart, but the fear of the Lord is above them both.
That's right, bro. You want to say something on that?
Because the way he got it, he feels that, you know, standing sure on this, that nobody can stop him.
Right.
You know, he got all these riches and silver. He feels like he's on top of everybody, that he can't be touched.
Yeah.
But the Lord is going to confound him.
Yeah, like he had the silver, it was called the silver certificate.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a silver certificate? No, I don't know if you got it, but
not here.
But basically, he tricked the people into giving them their silver and their riches. And he gave them a paper saying, you have this amount of silver with me. You know?
Right.
But then he really kept your goddamn silver the whole time.
Right, because Esau tried to use the mind of the people conveniently. You ain't got to carry all this silver across the country and stuff.
Get
now,
robbed
when
and
you get to
everything.
the next bank, they can promise that they'll have their silver in store.
Yeah.
But then Esau yackpot that shit, you know?
Yeah, now this paper money of certificate has become the rotation of currency.
Right.
And I'm keeping the actual physical value that you gave me. That is evilness, man.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna do it again with the chip, bro.
Yep. Yep.
And that's another thing,
And that's how Esau, that's how Esau does it, conveniently.
Yep.
First it was the physical gold and silver. Okay, now I got the, certificate. Then it was the fiat currency. Then it was the plastic. You ain't got to worry about carrying this cash on you. You can go to the ATM, whatever. But then now you ain't got to worry about your credit card, credit fraud and stuff like that. Now you put it inside you.
Yeah.
It's all about convenience, how Esau tried to work in the mind of the people.
Imagine back then when he was telling the people to give them their silver, man.
Yep.
I know you be traveling to the next country and the robbers, the Ishmaelites in the desert get you. You won't have to go through that no more if you just give me your silver and I'll give you the certificate and I'll protect it for you.
Yep.
Ain't with the bank. That's what a bank is. I'm gonna protect your money for you.
He used to say, pay the bearer on demand.
Protect your money.
Pay the bearer on demand, such and such in silver, or such and such in gold, because it was a gold certificate and a silver certificate.
See? Look at that. Look at that. But that's just, the Heavenly Father had to have a real spirit out for people to fall for that. That's like somebody, like, shit, I got this watch on, somebody came up and like, look, man, let me give you this paper and then you give me that watch.
It's too heavy for you to carry.
I'll be like, man, fuck no. Right? How did he get the people to do that on such a large scale? The Heavenly Father had to be with him, man.
It's that witchcraft.
It was that wisdom, by his knowledge and his wisdom. Have he quoted that verse again, not?
Back in Ezekiel 28 and 5, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches.
See that? See? His wisdom. He got people. His traffic. His business. He got people actually to be cold with him. And he got that shit working, bro. Hundreds of years later, look at everybody walking around here giving their money to this dude, man. Giving their money to these dudes, man. Where the dudes at? No, they're doing more than giving their money now. They're giving their soul to them.
You want everything. You want everything.
This dude is fucking diabolical.
And if I may I
Yeah,
speak,
go ahead,
just to show you how much of a devil these people were, not only were they robbing people for their silver and their gold, but they were robbing people for their land. When you go back to the history of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac banks, the land banks, and you go back to the Judites who owned all those farms down there in Mississippi and the Southwest, when they were struggling, or even not, they weren't even struggling. They just they would promote loans to the farmers, and they said, "Come get your loans from the land bank," you know. And here's the thing though, when you would take a loan out, there was a particular loan that they would take out that had almost like no interest, but it didn't matter if you paid it back. What you were doing is you were basically registering over or handing over your land to them, that until you died, you could keep that land. But as soon as you died, they came and they possessed the land. No matter if you owned the land or nothing, or if you paid back the loan. That's fucked up. That's how a lot of these Jakes lost their land, and that's how a lot of these people took that land. And that's these people, man.
Yeah.
See, they made a lot of their money through robbing the lands, the money, the people, the wealth, all that type of stuff. And it's funny because when you look today, you look around to a lot of these Caucasians who are living richly, but they don't understand why, right? You tell them, oh, it's because your ancestors did this, and they're like, hey, that was so long ago, I'm not even related to those people, right? But when you tell them, well, give it back to the countries you stole it from, where they say, oh, well, it's safer to be kept in our museums, or it's been so long ago that it's really ours now and stuff. See, these devils are hypocrites.
Yeah.
Got it?
Back in Ezekiel 28 and 6. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the most because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, and the terrible of the nations.
Yeah.
And they shall draw.
So since Esau tried to plague the Most High gonna send the other nations on him. Everybody gonna team up and go after Esau. They gonna jump you, yeah. Go ahead,
That's what's up.
And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
And that's what's gonna happen. Thy brightness, that knowledge, wisdom, understanding that you got to accumulate this, Most High gonna defile it. He gonna end it with nuclear fire, and that's promised to you for what you've been doing, man. You've been raping, robbing, like John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But the first thing was to steal. He's a thief. You think Jake is a thief? No. Esau is a thief that taught Jake to be a thief.
Hey, Jake ain't stealing land and resources.
Inherited.
Right? You're not taking over a whole country, you know?
And identities and shit.
When Jake get to stealing, the only reason why Jake steals is because he's lacking something, man. You don't find Jakes out there that just like to steal, like, just because and shit, man. Jake be stealing because they lacking, man.
Hey, the scriptures say that despise not a thief.
Yeah.
The scriptures say that despise not a thief if that's tries to satisfy his soul, man.
Yeah.
That's because Esau put us in a position to steal.
Because that's why when you check out the laws, and the consequences for stealing it, it's not death. It's not, well, off with his head or he should be cut off from his people. No. When you get caught stealing in the scriptures, you have to restore sevenfold. You know? Because usually the case was that what? When Jake was getting ready to steal, he was lacking something. So he made a poor decision. And that's a lot of reason why I used to be a fucking klepto. I used to steal because I wanted to have fresh shoes. I didn't want to go to school. Mama didn't, you know. I wasn't trying to go back to school with the same shoes from last year because you would get clowned. The whole high school, that's all it was about. It was about popularity, status, and all that vain shit, you know? And you don't know no better, you stuck in the middle of that shit. So I used to yank off for that reason, man. You know, put your life in danger for that reason and shit. But just going back, that's why Jake steal. But Esau, he just steal just cuz, man. Stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing, man.
I already got more than enough.
This nigga that stole the planet Earth into his hands.
Playing in it. Got it. I got it.
Yeah, drop that boy. Let's start heading towards Daniel 11.
This is James 5:5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton, and have nourished your hearts, as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you.
Right.
Be patient, therefore, brother, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it.
That's what it is. That's it right there, Rock.
God.
That's it. That's pretty much it right there. So let's start. We have to do Daniel's 11, and Daniel's 11. So we just gonna go over it. Just go over it, and just edify further on it. So let's get into it. Let's drop that out.
This is Revelations 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
Okay, keep going on.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Y'all brothers know what the leopard is?
Russian?
Right. The leopard is the Greeks.
Yeah, man. I knew I.
Right.
Right.
Right. Go to Daniel 7 and 4.
I know what you're talking
Yeah, it's because. Yeah, remember when Alexander the Greek was on the scene? They used to wear that leopard print on their horse and everything, man. That's how they did. But a leopard represents swiftness. Swift. Because when Alexander the Greek came into power, he smashed quick. He smashed through quick. Now it's crazy because the Persian Empire is